story in my first book is about a man who plans before he's born to have the AIDS virus. You know, everybody chooses a mission before they come into body. This man and another soul in his soul group, which is a group of souls who repeatedly reincarnate with each other, they were shown scenes of what life on Earth is like at this point in linear time. And they decided that society in general is very judgmental and not very compassionate. And they wanted to do something to help people put judgment aside and feel more compassion in their hearts. So the way they decided to go about doing this is that one of them would contract AIDS and the other would be the person who gives that person the AIDS virus. Now, what they're trying to do is give all of us an opportunity to look at him, the person with AIDS, once he's embodied, and passion in our hearts. Again, anybody who plans to take on a challenge like that is a tremendously courageous soul. And rather than be judged, that soul is worthy of our complete respect, as is every soul. So the Edgar Cayce story is a reminder. It's intended to indicate that this is what is really going on here on planet Earth in regard to pre-birth planning. So, you know, if you're walking down the street one day, and let's say you walk past a homeless person who's sitting in a cardboard box on the corner, if you have a thought like, get a job, that kind of thought really misses the mark, because it's very possible that that soul was in your pre-birth planning session and agreed to be there at that moment as you walk by. And yes, the planning is sometimes that detailed, so that you would have the opportunity to put judgment aside and feel compassion in your heart. That homeless person may be a tremendously highly evolved soul, perhaps much more highly evolved than you, who is there in service to you. And yet, because we as a society don't know that this is what is happening, we have all these tremendously harsh judgments of those kinds of people. Let me share with you one more story of pre-birth planning, and then if there are questions, I'll be happy to take them. In my first book, Your Soul's Plan, there's a chapter about the pre-birth planning of accidents, which I put in quote marks because they aren't really accidents. There are two stories in that chapter. One of them is an American woman named Christina, who is now in her 60s. When I spoke with her for the book, she shared with me the following true story that took place when she had been in her 20s. At that time, she was self-employed as an administrative assistant at a college in California. One of her daily duties in that job was to pick up her boss's mail. The mailboxes were in the basement of the building in which Christina worked. So on one particular day, just as she had done dozens and dozens of times before, Christina descended those stairs to the basement mailboxes. But on this particular day, unbeknownst to Christina, somebody had planted a pipe bomb in her boss's mailbox. When she inserted her hand to pick up the mail, the pipe bomb detonated. The force from this explosion was so great that it picked Christina up off the ground and hurled her 10 feet backwards against a concrete wall. There were 6-foot splinters of wood that were shot like arrows out of a bow into the wall around her. Both eardrums were ruptured, 2 fingers were severed, and flames from the explosion scorched Christina's body from head to toe. When she got to the hospital, doctors actually had to hold magnets over her eyeballs to extract the shrapnel from the pipe. So we're talking suffering that is almost unimaginable to you and me. Now, Christina's recovery took 2 years and 10 reconstructive surgeries. At one point during that 2-year period, she was lying in her hospital bed in a tremendous amount of pain when suddenly she heard a voice inside her head, a voice that was not her own. It turns out that the force from that explosion, in addition to doing a lot of damage to Christina's body, had also opened up her psychic gifts. She had become clairaudient, and the voice she heard inside her head that day was one of her spirit guides. The guide said to her, "My dear, you planned this." And she said, "Why?" And then the guide told her, and here's what he said. He said, "You wanted, before you were born, to have a lifetime as a gifted healer, and you knew pre-birth that if you could heal yourself from the devastating effects of this bomb explosion, you could then take all of that wisdom and knowledge about healing and turn it outward in service to others. And there you see that motivation of service to others that I talked about earlier. Well, this is in fact exactly what Christina went on to do. After she recovered from the 10 reconstructive surgeries, she went back to school. She got a PhD in speech language pathology, and she set up a private clinical practice. At this point in her life, she's healed literally thousands of people. She actually has the ability to go into a patient's brain energetically, by which I mean non-invasively, and restore language processing capability in people who have lost that due to stroke or accident. So we're talking here about a remarkably gifted healer. And the only reason she could do any of this is because she healed herself first from that bomb explosion. Now, when I spoke with her for the book, she said two remarkable things to me. The first was, she said, Rob, I have completely forgiven the person who planted that bomb. Now remember, this is somebody who had magnets held above her eyeballs in the hospital. And yet here she is saying in complete sincerity that she completely forgave the person who inflicted that kind of suffering on her. That in and of itself is extraordinary. But then she said something even more amazing to me. She said, Rob, I am deeply grateful to the person who planted that bomb. And when she says she's deeply grateful, she really and truly means that. This to me is one of the most remarkable stories I've seen that shows what you can do with an awareness of your pre-birth plan. You can easily imagine that Christina could have chosen instead to be bitter and angry for the rest of her life. She could have chosen instead to be resentful for the rest of her life. She might even have chosen to devote the rest of her life to tracking down the bomber and taking revenge. But because she came into this awareness of her pre-birth plan and then really worked with it over a period of years, she was able to get herself to a place of total forgiveness and then to a place of total gratitude. Now, her story is unusual in that it's a bomb explosion, but she herself is not unusual. If she can do this after what she went through, then you and I can do it no matter what our challenges have been. We can all work with an awareness of our pre-birth plan to get to that place of forgiveness and to get to that place of gratitude. Let me make a concluding comment, and then I'll be happy to take any questions. Some of you might know my first book, Your Soul's Plan, was originally self-published under the title Courageous Souls. The title Courageous Souls was actually not a reference to the soul. It was a reference to you and me, the incarnate personality. I chose that title because it takes a tremendous amount of courage to incarnate on Earth, and it takes even more courage to execute the pre-birth plan once you get here. Now, I have a workshop based upon the books. I travel around the world giving this workshop. And when I talk about how much courage is needed to incarnate on Earth, sometimes people will say something to me like, well, Rob, how am I supposed to think of myself as courageous when I'm afraid so much of the time? There's so much fear in my life. The answer to that very good question is that each and every one of you knew before you were born that fear was going to be a big part of the package here. There was no way you could not have known that. I would submit to you that only the courageous plan fear. I'll say it again. Only the courageous plan fear. So when you have that moment of wondering what the heck you're doing here, maybe even that moment of wishing you could leave and go back home, this is the moment to go to a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say the following: I am a holy, eternal, courageous soul. I'm the brave soul who left a realm of love and light and peace and joy to come here to experience great challenges so that I could balance and release karma, heal, be of service to others, experience contrast, and correct false beliefs or false feelings about myself. Because in my view, that's who each and every one of you really and truly is. So that is my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Thank you for listening to me today. And again, for more information, please go to yoursoulsplan.com. I want to take just a minute now, if I may, to talk about the Between Lives soul regression that I mentioned at the beginning of the talk. This, again, is a form of hypnosis in which you can find out what you planned before you were born and why you made those plans. Also, how you're doing in terms of fulfilling the plan and how you can better fulfill the plan. It's always done by phone or Skype. I used to do in-person sessions, but then I found it actually works better by phone or Skype because people are more relaxed. So that's the way I do it now. and relaxation is the key to going into trance. The whole process starts with a series of mental and physical relaxation steps. Then I guide you into a past life. It's almost always a past life that had a big impact on the plan for your current lifetime. You'll experience several scenes in the past life, the last one of which will be the death scene. Your consciousness leaves the death scene in the past life and crosses back over to the other side, which I realize might sound a little bit ominous, but there's actually nothing to it. It's very safe, easy, natural, and gentle, and probably anybody listening to this presentation has done it hundreds, if not thousands of times. When you get back to the other side, most likely you'll be greeted by one of your guides, although it could be a deceased loved one, an angel, a master, a spiritual figure of significance to you. You talk briefly with whoever greets you about why you were shown that particular past life, why you need to know about it now, and how it impacted the plan for your current lifetime. And then we ask your guide or whoever you're talking to take you to what is called the Council of Elders. The council consists of the wise, loving, and highly evolved beings who oversee reincarnation on Earth. They know everything about you, every past life you've had, and the plan for your current lifetime. So when you get in front of the council, they can answer literally any question you put to them if it's for your highest good to know the answer. People come out of a between life soul regression and they say things like, they answered every question I asked. I have no more questions about my life. Also, there are very often reunions with deceased loved ones who come into your meeting with the council. And the other two things I would mention is that people consistently talk about the total non-judgment they sense from the council and the overwhelming feeling of unconditional love they feel coming from the council. So people will often say things like, I could tell that the council knew literally everything about me, including all the bad things I've done in my life, and yet they loved me completely. And for most people, that's the first time they've had an experience like that since coming into body. So in many ways, it reminds you experientially of what the other side is like. So a between life soul regression can be a transformative experience, helping you to understand the deeper spiritual meaning and purpose of the biggest challenges you planned before you were born. Again, the website is yoursoulsplan.com, and while you're there, please sign up for my newsletter. I won't spam you. I send only 2 or 3 newsletters per year. So thank you for listening to me today. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Wow, amazing, Rob. Thank you so much. I had goosebumps throughout your session listening to your experiences. It's amazing to know that we can plan our lives before we are actually born and to understand why we choose the challenges that we have in this physical life. I have definitely taken notes through the session and I'm going to contemplate on them. I think a lot of us have an inner calling, but only a few pursue them. And it's inspiring to know that you are one of those few. Friends, what I would say is next time you hear a little voice in your head or a strong feeling in your gut to do something, please don't dismiss it. Take the courage and follow it, as it can lead to something transformational in your life. And even if it doesn't, you will be left with a great, amazing experience. Thank you, Rob, again. And really, really enjoyed your session. Thank you again. We have a few questions. If you're okay to take a few questions for us. Yeah, so the first one I've got here is the soul plan same as that of life between lives?
That is the same thing. The phrase or the term life between lives is a particular phrase that was developed by the American hypnotist Michael Newton. He is the person who pioneered the field of between lives regression. So he calls it a life between life or an LBL regression. I call it a between life soul regression, but it's actually exactly the same thing.
Okay, thank you. That's good to know. Thank you. And there's another one. Can every soul using free will can really change destiny, which is designed pre-birth?
Within certain broad parameters. So you can think of the pre-birth plan as imposing these broad parameters on your life. Those are the contours and the outline of what you can do here. Within those very broad parameters, you have total free will to do whatever it is you choose to do. but you can't do something that is outside the broad framework of your life. So for example, let's say that you plan before you're born to be born with a physical handicap that can't be treated by medical science in the time period in which you're incarnating, which is something you would know before coming into body. Then, short of a miracle, you're not going to be able to use your free will to change or get rid of the physical handicap. It's something that you will have for that lifetime. But there are very few things like that that are set in stone. Most things, when we talk about a pre-birth plan, we're talking about things that are planned not as certainties, but as possibilities or probabilities. Whether or not a possibility or a probability actualizes depends upon your free will decisions. As a general rule, the more loving your free will decisions are, the more you will sidestep challenges because you simply won't need them to make you a more loving person. On the other hand, if you use your free will to make unloving decisions, then more challenges tend to come into your life because you need them to steer you in the right direction. That is not a judgment, it's not a statement of blame, it's simply something that I have
immensely grateful to this great master. Who is so very scientific, spiritual scientific master. I have read both the books long time back. And since that time, I was wanting to see this master. And today I got the opportunity to see this master and listen to him. What a great thing. Swamiji, we from the Pyramid Spiritual Social Movement, we bow down to you for your wonderful work, for helping all of us in India.
Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you.
Please visit India next time and visit our main center in Bangalore.
I would like to.
Pyramid Meditation Center. We will be very happy to receive you.
Thank you.
Please make a note that you should visit India and our center.
I would like to. So thank you for having me in the conference.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for joining us today. Really, really humbled. Thank you. So next, friends, PSSM, we introduce bi-monthly Spiritual Science magazine. They are in English and they are available to be subscribed. And can we put details of that on the screen, please? I can't, please.
Details are shared. The PowerPoint.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't read it. So I think there's some technical glitch there. We'll come back to that in a bit. So next, I think it's now time to work out our jaw muscles. Yes, it's time for the laughter meditation. Our own pyramid master, Mr. Prabodh, whose sessions have personally taken me into deep states of meditativeness, is here next to take us through the laughter meditation. Welcome, Prabodh, and I can't wait to laugh with you. The stage is all yours.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. Thank you all, friends. Let us utilize this opportunity to open up our self-expression in the laughter. Okay, when all the Buddhas got enlightened, what they did is they started laughing. So there are especially some Buddhas in China, they started laughing by going to village to village, village to village. If you see the laughing Buddha statue, what they do is they form 2-3 Buddhas together. They go after they got enlightened, they go to village, and they just simply laugh up to their fullest and share the vibrations of the enlightenment through the laughter. Okay, now let us also do that like that. Okay, initially it might not come immediately, but start doing it. By practice, it will come slowly and slowly. Okay, now okay, inhalation, take inhalation, and after that, ha 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 ha. Slowly we are starting. We are faking it until we make it. Okay, inhalation, Very good. You're doing good. Inhalation. Very good, friends. Now, again, inhalation, deep breath. And after that, we are connecting with the whole cosmos. And imagine that the cosmos is in between your hands. And you're sharing your laughter vibrations, laughter positive vibrations to the whole universe and Mother Earth. Okay, in your hand. Just keep your hands like that. And inhalation, connect with the universe. And so inhalation, and feel that the connect with the whole cosmos, the oneness, the God Himself, the oneness consciousness. We are connected. We are all one, and from here in this oneness, we are sharing the peace and laughter and health to our Mother Earth, to the whole universe. Just imagine the Mother Earth and universe is in between our hands, and we are sharing our heartful vibrations. Involve with your heart. Keep your heart active. Inhalation, connection with the universe, and laughter and sharing our positiveness. We can share our positiveness through our laughter and peace towards the whole universe. Inhalation. Inhalation, and connect with the universe and start laughing. Whatever is happening in the whole universe is for the best only. We are connecting with the whole God space in the Leela space. In the Leela, only the laughter and smile and laughter. And we are sharing our laughing vibrations with the universes. So now, inhalation, we'll do like this. Everybody do like this. Okay, he, ha ha ha, ho ho ho. This is 3 levels. Okay, first thing is he, ha ha. Second level is ha ha ha. Third level is ho ho ho. Fourth level is completely. If you remember any serials in Mahabharata and Ramayana, some serials, the Vikatattahasam, that complete laughter will be there. He ha 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 ha. Complete from down to the we're opening our hands and we're laughing like that. Okay. So we'll do these 4 laughter exercises. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, start. He, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. He, ha, 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 ha. He, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. He, ha, 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 ha. Once again. He, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. He, ha, 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 ha. Last 3 times we laugh. Inhalation. Share. You're all connected. We're all connected. Feel that the connection with the whole group, with the whole universe. We are sharing the positive. From the heart, involve each and every being to the whole universe. Everybody can share, contribute to the positive vibrations and peaceful vibrations, health and everything. Our cosmic energy, they contribute. Yes, friends. Thank you. Now let us meditate for 1 minute, and after that again we resume our laughter. Close your eyes. This is called laughter plus meditation. Relax. Sometimes one deep breath comes naturally. Whatever the natural breath is, follow that. After any activity, the meditation will be much more profound. Let us enjoy the meditation. Here, this concept of laughter plus meditation is, with laughter, we share the positive and our vibrations to the whole universe. Now in meditation, we receive the vibrations, the cosmic energy, the gifts from the universe we receive. So much openness and surrenderness, you start receiving all the cosmic energy. Last 20 seconds. More and more deeply, more and more gratitude. We're receiving from each and every cell. Lot of cosmic energies we are receiving. Last 10 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 4. Friends, in these 4 seconds only, we can go to the timeless worlds and we can meditate as much time as possible. We can completely relax ourselves, meditate for 100 years or 100 hours or any number of hours or years or lifetimes. We can meditate there in the timelessness zone, and we are receiving the wisdom, receiving the relaxation, we are receiving the state and consciousness, expansion of consciousness. There we are learning from all the gurus simultaneously. Here in the earth, it's only 4 seconds only. 3, 2, 1. Coming back with so much gratitude. Thank you, friends. Now again, it's time for laughter again. Now it's like we receive so much energies and positiveness. Now let us share with those energies, the cosmos again now, okay? Inhalation. And feel that the universe is between our hands. If you are laughing, your hands also sometimes feel that between our hands, the earth and Mother Earth is there. We are sharing the contribution. We are sharing our positiveness with the Mother Earth. And again, inhalation. For the world peace, we are laughing now. Inhalation. For the world evolution, fastest evolution towards the spiritual growth, Satya, we are laughing and sharing our vibrations. Feel that whole cosmos is also laughing with you. Inhalation. For the world Buddhahood, all the Buddhas everywhere, we are sharing the vibrations with our intention. We are laughing and we are sharing, and we became the laughter Buddhas. Complete expression. You can open your hands and also laugh. We are Buddhas, like Buddha consciousness. We are the whole universe with the oneness. We are laughing and sharing the positive vibes and all enlightenment vibes, vibrations everywhere. Last 3 times. Inhalation. Another 2 times without sound. We are laughing now. Without much sound, we are just laughing. Soundless laughter. Very good, my dear friends. Now, with all the respect and divinity, come back to the meditation. For 1 minute meditation we'll do. Inhalation and exhalation, observing the breath. With a lot of gratitude towards all the masters, a lot of gratitude towards all the oneness. It's time to receive now from the universe. Till now, we shared our positive vibrations to the universe, our laughter with the laughter peace vibrations to the universe. It's the time to receive the peace, receive the cosmic energy, receive the self-confidence, receive all the inner powers awaken. Let all evolution happen, take place right now. Let all the Buddhahood take place right now. Last 20 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you all. So those who wants to take up this laughter everyday life, every day, if you're really committed to laugh every day, 10 minutes a day, then go for it, my dear friends. And if you also wanted to make others also laugh, so you can attend. This weekend, this month end, we are having one workshop, me and Pranahita. I will give the link for that one. It's a free workshop. Everyone can attend. And let us be laughter Buddhas, radiating our laughter towards total universe. Okay, along with the meditation, laughter also we can take it out every day, 5 to 10 minutes. If you laugh, the children laugh 300 times a day. The 3-year average child laughs 300 times a day. So how many times we can laugh, because we are in the spiritual path of evolution. So friends, wish you all the best. Wish you all of you be the laughter Buddhas. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabodh. Now I can't stop laughing. No, definitely it releases all these endorphins and all the good hormones and makes you feel so good. So yes, laugh as much as you can, and there's no problem showing your teeth. That's what I say. Thank you, Prabodh, again. Friends, I was mentioning about this monthly magazine. So PSSM publishes bi-monthly spiritual science magazine, vegetarianism, meditation, wisdom sharing from masters. If you're interested, please get in touch with our PMF UK team and we'll guide you to it. Thank you. Now, next, so PSSM is also organizing a digital international yoga day on 21st June. Now, shall we watch a video regarding that? Can we have the video, please?
Namaskar to everybody, all the masters. PSSM is having a grand International Yoga Day celebrations by way of eminent speakers, eminent thinkers, eminent activists from all over the world, and also music sessions from all over the world for meditation. It is going to be a grand occasion for us to spend together. What is yoga? Yoga is not a physical exercise. Yoga means it's a spiritual activity. It's a spiritual pathway. It's a spiritual highway. It is management of the self, by the self, for the self. In this International Yoga Day, you will find all yoga masters who have managed themselves through meditation. The processes of meditation, the benefits of meditation, the results of meditation, from masters of meditation from all over the world. All the spiritually inclined people to make use of this mega event, be at one place in our respective homes and through Pyramid Meditation channel, my dear friends. Please make sure June 21st, morning 7 a.m. to June 22nd, morning 7 a.m. 24 hours grand celebrations, grand togetherness, grand oneness. Thank you.
Namaste, Patri Madam. So, dear friends, that is a wonderful session from Prabodh Master and Rob Scott just before, and such an amazing sessions back to back, enlightenment and growth. So this is Raj Shekhar, myself working as a IT architect from Basingstoke, UK. I'm a professional chess player, also England cricket club player. So I have started my inner journey in year 2005 in India with PSSM. After practicing this Anapanasati meditation technique for initial 6 months, I have experienced bliss and thoughtless state first time. That is such an amazing feeling. Since then, there has been tremendous transformation and continuous enlightenment, which enhanced the quality of my relationships, my physical health, and my work productivity. I moved to London in 2010. Since then, I started spreading this beautiful meditation in various parts of UK by integrating with various local organizations such as Manavata. Now, I'm excited today to invite Dr. Gopal Krishna, sir, who is a medical doctor by profession and founder of Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation and 6 other service trusts in India. He simplified several spiritual concepts into spiritual tablets to bring awareness to people about self-healing. With this, he has trained thousands of patients to attain complete health. Dr. GK's inner journey began 24 years ago under the Maharishi Pitamaha Patriji in year 1994. He got enlightened and realized that spiritual health is the root and physical health is the fruit. With his vast meditation counseling experience, he established various spiritual healthcare centers. These wonderful spiritual concepts will transform our internal belief system and help us to break our limited beliefs. He conducted several workshops all over India, Andaman Nicobar, and Southeast Asia, Science of Spiritual Health. Now, as a part of his spiritual journey, he, along with his entire, are involved in spiritual service in Manchester, UK. Now, I Dr. Gopal Krishna Garu to share his wonderful message.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Raj. Thank you very much, Patri Madam. So she's here. So my first meditation health clinic was started with the auspicious hands of Swarnamala Patri Madam only. And so today, I'm going to share my and thanks Prabodh for a great laughing session. So because usually when I conduct workshop as a part of sacrifice mode, like Madam, I can say, I will be the time I come to the dais, the people will be, it's not like a full content of wisdom. Already they are, 99% they are convinced with the great spiritual facts from the morning Patri sir and question and answer session and the other masters from across the globe. They gave a lot of wisdom already. So 99% you are convinced. The only 1% is left for me. So that I need to feel that will be a challenge for me always. So, so keeping it as a context. So currently I'm from UK, Manchester. And so today we are going to discuss in the presentation 2 things, give stress, especially regarding these spiritual tablets. The first part, the synchronicity between the spiritual experiences, the diseases we get on our body, not only the body, mind, intellect, and soul in all the planes, social planes. The reasons behind that, And the second part, as a part of PSSM, when I trained by Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patrisi and all the other eminent masters, from the 18 principles, I formulated the 12 basic spiritual tablets, which are very, very essential to understand what exactly the pyramid meditation foundation is and what exactly the PSSM and everything. So these are the two cardinal things. It is a very short presentation, but I love to share all those things with you. And so here, initially, the spiritual tablets in the name of the wisdom bullets will start as an adjuvant, but over a period of time, people will understand that, that is the only thing that is really they exist, which gives us a complete health and a perfect joy and inner peace and whatnot, everything. So here, especially for the beginners, it's a great thought-provoking day. Since morning, we are having so many sessions. Even in my session also, you have to think, especially, of course, the senior masters, anyway, they are well convinced with their own experiences. But especially for the beginners who are there, for them, I am dedicating this session today. So think twice or thrice, what are all the facts I'm trying to give you here. And as Raj already said, so this is the quote given for me by beloved Patrisi: the spiritual intellect is the root and physical health is the fruit. So whatever the fruit we are expecting, our body, in our mental plane, as a mental well-being, and the social plane, and even for the spiritual things, people will have everything. And at the end of the day, they will say, something is lagging in me. I don't know what it is. Like that, they will be at that soul deficit. So including all these, deficits, the only root is the spiritual intellect is the root. So if we correct it, then automatically the illness and the body, mind, and social planes automatically will connect. So here we have to think. I understood with my own 24 years of experience that here you are clearly seeing a camera is projecting and there is a picture on the screen. Similarly, this body and mind, these are just the screens. The picture is projected from the spiritual intellect and the soul. Unless you project properly from your spiritual intellect and soul point of view, you can't see a beautiful life, a joyful life on the screen. So if the movie is not good, simply we can't, turn the screen. Screen, it doesn't do with anything. The main thing we need to change either in the film or in the projection itself. So that's why we have to understand that the physical body and mind is just an image, like a shadow for the body. We can't do anything on the shadow. Even though you do something on the shadow, it is a temporary manipulation. The moment you come out of it, immediately it will be there. So if you want to change something, you have to work on the building proper. Then only you can change the image that is there on the water. So that's why, so with this, we move on to the next slide here. To understand what I'm saying here, you need to know a bit about my journey. So I was introduced to this pyramid energy and the meditation in this lifetime to Brahmarshi Patrisi 24 years ago, that is in 1994, when I'm a medical student in Vijayawada, South India. And then I was strongly associated with PSSM movement, and I worked a lot as a part of my journey. I conducted several workshops, as Raj said, and initially, with the Madam Auspicious Hands in 2003, I have started my meditation health clinic first, followed by more than 8,000 cases so far. I trained so many illnesses like hypertension, diabetes, back pain, thyroid problems, and ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease. So many illness cases, they used to come with their bunch of medicines, and after that they will get trained to meditation and all the 12 tablets what I'm going to present now. And sooner or later, they will understand that the body and mind is just a shade and just an image, and the soul is the proper which they need to correct. That will be corrected automatically through meditation and all this process. So I have established these pyramid spiritual healthcare centers, which gives eminent training for the patients, and that brings joy in their life. So to understand about the spiritual wisdom bullets, we have to understand what we are. Like we study in medicine about the anatomy and physiology and biochemistry and rest of all the things. We have to understand what exactly we are. So we identify ourselves like ECW, energy, consciousness, and wisdom. So energy, the cosmic energy, that is what we are talking about since morning. Of course, we live by consciousness. Consciousness is there for every person. And wisdom through the knowledge, as Patricia said just before in question and answer session. So once we make it as a wisdom, the wisdom and energy automatically improves the consciousness. So basically, we means it is not simply the physical body and mind, but it is the ECW units. And we have to understand ourselves as a 7-body structure. We are not just this physical body. We have there are another 6 layers above. The top 5, 6, and 7, the causal body, supracausal body, and nirvanic body. These 3 things are the root things, which will be cleansed by meditation, swadhyaya, and sajjana sangatya. Reading spiritual books and sharing of experiences can cleanse all these 3 upper level bodies. Once these 3 upper level bodies are perfect, then automatically the lower ones, the Vijnanamaya Kosha spiritual body and mental body, or the astral body, energy body, and then finally the physical body will be perfect. So we have to understand ourselves that we are the 7 bodies construction. And again, we have 4 planes: the physical plane, mental plane, social plane, and spiritual plane. Even though we have everything in our life, if our social relationships are not good enough, then definitely we feel a lot of deficit, and constantly we crave for that particular love or whatever. So that's why the social plane also is very, very important to understand that we are wealthy and healthy. And we have to understand that we are operating in 2 levels. One is individual consciousness and then universal consciousness. At a given point of time, whatever the meditation we are doing, it automatically increases our individual energy. And after that, we connect ourselves with the universe, with the plant kingdom, mineral kingdom, animal kingdom, and we share our wisdom with the human kingdom. And day by day, slowly we reach our clones across the globe. And we develop as universal energy field. So at a given point of time, we have to understand this individual consciousness and universal consciousness, individual mind, and the universal mind. And then over a period of time, we understand the true purpose of life. So without knowing the purpose of life, really the life is mere waste. Initially, when I'm a young student in my school days, I used to think that I should become a great doctor, where I need to invent a medicine. From headache to cancer, every disease has to be completely cured. And there should not be an amount of single pie has to be used for that. No penny should be utilized for that. But I don't know. After coming into intermediate, I used to see so many bottles invented by so many alternative medicine people, and I used to think that maybe I can invent such kind of thing. But later, after coming into meditation, I understood what I am completely. And I have seen some of my past lives, and I have understood my own inner abilities. Then the spiritual tablets wisdom has flown. And what really I deserved in my childhood, what I visualized, there I am completely. So understanding purpose of life, otherwise we simply live with the basic common society wisdom, and we think that that is much bigger. So that understanding purpose of life, the best way is to do meditation and reading spiritual books, and of course sharing your experiences. And finally, the enlightenment. Once you understand the purpose, and if you are living to it, then definitely we are enlightened. At the point where we stamp ourselves that we have understood everything and we know our purpose and we are enlightened, then the real joy and the real bliss continue. So that's why here, understanding ourselves completely, who am I, is very, very important in life. So with that, really we can understand what is happening around us. Until then, we live in unconscious evolution. There are 2 phases for everyone, the unconscious evolution phase and the conscious evolution phase. Unless you realize about yourself, unless you are enlightened, you can't enter into that conscious evolution. So this is the main part of the slide where I want to stay some time and want to give my wisdom in a nutshell, in detail as well. So here you are seeing the 3 things. So before understanding these 3 things, I would like to tell you, in a day-to-day life, suppose if someone catch up an illness, you will go to a doctor, and there you will tell your symptoms to the doctor, he will write some investigations, and with that he will acquire some information, further information, and then he will put a diagnosis to you. Based on that, he will suggest medicines. So here, there is a beautiful synchronicity with your symptoms and the investigations and the differential diagnosis the doctor is going to make. All these things put together gives you a complete clarity to give you a perfect idea what to do. Similarly, here, when I realized that, as Patri sir says, from headache to cancer, everything can be cured with meditation means being a young doctor, I am unable to digest those things because to do a small, to remove a small tumor in the brain, we need to struggle from morning 6 o'clock to night 11 o'clock, 6 hours of surgery to remove it, and a lot of anesthesia procedures and they involved. So such a big illnesses, which are really, very tough to understand and to remove. A simple breath observation, if I want to speak like Patriji, then let me investigate myself, what exactly is there behind. So that inquiry made me to understand these wheels that I'm projecting here. So the first one, the red one, says the alignment. I told you earlier, the 7 body structure, the ECW, and physical, mental, and social planes. So all these things we have to understand, and we have to align ourselves with the universe, with the family, with the community, with ourselves especially. And once you align yourself with your purpose, then this red wheel is completed. So it will start rotating. Once it is rotating in a righteous way, in a perfect way, then automatically it can brings you back a beautiful experiences in your life. Always laughter, always joy, and harmonious relationships around you. A perfect harmony with all the kingdoms. Everywhere you go, you will project the best things in your life because you are rightly aligned with the universe. And whatever you thought, that is going to happen in, like, you create your own reality. And whatever the universe says, you are trying to obey it, and you will adjust your path according to it. So there are a lot more things. So once you are perfect with your alignment, once that wheel is set, then automatically the experiences around you will automatically set. If they are perfect, then here in physical reality, here the physical reality I wrote, it is not the physical body, that you have to understand well. Physical reality, the physical things and the mental things, and of course the social relationships around you and the inner soul, everything will be perfect and you will get a beautiful life, friends. So here, the righteous alignment, automatically the righteous experiences, and of course the righteous environment and the physical reality. Now we see the other side of the coin. That is what we are observing today with the crisis on the earth. If there is a wrong alignment, means you doesn't know your purpose. You don't understand what is death and what is birth. And you don't know that you have a third eye and you have the inner abilities with which you can project what you are. And you have not inquired into your past lives, so that you don't know what you are completely. So if you are not aligned with all these things, then that wheel is stuck, and automatically you will get a static experiences around you. That static experience may be fear-based or ego-based, or the people who are there around you, they are not changing, they are always there, because the first wheel, that alignment wheel, is completely stuck. And you are constantly attracting the similar kind of experiences and the similar kind of people around you. The same TV, the same news, the same disaster. Here I would like to thank Patriji for giving us a great opportunity with the Pyramid Meditation channel, because that is the first channel and the first and evermost channel which completely gives us only the positive news. Really great. To know that there is such kind of channel, you have to start rotating your alignment wheel. Then only you can tune to that. So if you doesn't have proper experiences around you and constantly you're exposing to the similar negative vibrations and negative people and the negative news, then automatically the same thing will rotate the other wheel, that is the physical reality. One day or other, you will find yourself in the same place. The same disease or the same relationship problem or whatever you see, you project, that you will become. So with these friends, by this time, you might have understood why we are attracting the wrong things in life, why we are seeing the wrong people and wrong things in our life means it is the wheel in the name of alignment is stuck. Once you start doing meditation, that will automatically rotate, and that gives you righteous experiences around you, and then automatically the physical reality. Just to give you a brief hint, how we are going to give different spiritual tablets. The basic 12 spiritual tablets. It starts with individual meditation, that is Anapanasati. We did the whole day, so many times, several times today. That is a great gift given by Patriji, invented by Lord Buddha in the name of Anapanasati. That is very, very important. By observing breath, we can go into thoughtless mind. Automatically, we receive the cosmic energy, which cleanses our body. And once the body is completely cleaned up, then slowly we ascend up to the third level. And then the pyramid meditation, pyramids. We learned a lot about pyramids today. There are 20,000 pyramids built by Pyramid Society movement so far across the globe in so many countries, especially in South India, you will find more than 15,000 pyramids. Every village has pyramids today, the rooftop pyramids and in the village. And without knowing any knowledge, simply they will come inside the pyramid and they will sit and they will meditate, and they're getting cured their own illnesses. So the pyramid energy, meditation, by doing group meditation, we can enhance energy. And every month we get a great opportunity in the name of full moon. So during full moon meditation, we get more cosmic energy. And every month we can make our own monthly soul plan by doing those 3 days full moon meditation. And of course, vegetarian diet, it is very, very important. The righteous diet, the plant-based diet is important. You are going to get in the next session in details about it. And optimal diet means yuktaharam, whatever is righteous. By using these 5 senses, wherever you are getting the right wisdom, happiness, and joy, then only you have to use all these 5 senses. Otherwise, just shut and go into meditation. So these 6 primary things will give you tremendous energy. And after that, the silence is also required to observe silence in life. And the rest of the 6 things, like reading spiritual books, gives eminent wisdom. There are so many authors. Ramesh Patri has given us Tulsi Dalam, the great book. And after that, Richard Bach, Seth, Linda Goodman, Ruth Montgomery, Carlos Castaneda. So many eminent authors' books we can read and we can understand what exactly the life is. To expand our Vishwamaya Kosa, the 6th body consciousness can be improved. And after that, sharing of experiences. This is a great health science class happening today from morning to evening in this crisis time. By listening to so many masters, you can understand the other side of the coin, what exactly happening in our life. So that's why you need to share your experiences and you have to listen to the other people as well. And then living in the nature. By living in nature, we can get a lot of cosmic energy through the greenery, and we can practice that oneness well. And after that, the spiritual health counseling, this is in the olden days, it is called Acharya Sangati. The people in the olden days, whenever they have major problems, which they can't understand, they can't digest, they used to go to ashram and they used to stay with a guru, spiritual guru. And they used to give some fruits and they used to get answers from the gurus. Now that culture was completely vanished. In that place, we have set so many medical systems. It was replaced with it. So instead of going to a doctor or going to some medicine, better you go to a spiritual master. He can give you a complete narration about yourself based on your journey. So that is very, very essential. So here in spiritual tablet system, we made this counseling as a heart of the organization. And with that, we are successful in giving spiritual solutions for thousands of patients so far. And finally, spiritual science service. Giving money or giving food is only a temporary method in life. But once you share your wisdom, that really gives the righteous solution. Like suppose if you take the thyroid problem, most of the people, everybody knows that for the lifetime they need to take the thyroid illness medicines. Hypothyroidism they got. But in the Vishuddha Chakra, according to the energy system, once they tune themselves, once they understand that the value of speech, on and off going into silence, and understanding here we have the voice to sing. Most of the people, they have passionate about singing. So if they start singing, then that will automatically amplify energies in the Vishuddha chakra and delivering the truth. Whatever the purpose you have brought on this earth, just stick on to it. Just conduct workshops, teach meditation, give wisdom to everybody. That positive karma automatically relieve the blocks at Vishuddha chakra. And finally, not using this beautiful voice for the negative things. Wherever there is negativity, just be calm. Don't utter from your side any other wrong words. So if you stick on to these 4 principles, the silence and teaching wisdom and practicing music, and of course not using your throat for the wrong things, then automatically your Vishuddha chakra will expand like anything. That automatically brings back your thyroid function in a normal way. So here, based on the body parts, based on the chakra system, and based on the experiences they get, we consider the 7 types of experiences. All the 7 experiences, like the meditation experiences, the dreams, and the day-to-day coincidences, and whatever they are reading in the books, and whatever the master is advising, ordering them to do. And of course, if nothing is working out, then of course they will have a physical illness. Then if you ask that particular body why you came as an illness in this part, then the illness will tell you why it came on that place. You can talk to the cell. There are thousands of masters who can talk to their cells by traveling into their own body, and they can understand each and every cell's intention and what wrong deeds they are doing. And once they correct themselves, then automatically they will come out of it. So that's why, based on the illness, we can understand. So like thyroid problems, if you take the heart illness, here the heart chakra is basically the 4th chakra. We can understand all the compassion and whatever the service where we are supposed to embrace the people into our life. So by doing service, you can cleanse your heart chakra and of course the heart illness. Similarly, each and every body part has got its own components in the intellectual plane, especially with the low back pain. We have to understand we need to have the hard work component in our life. We have to maintain the survival consciousness. We should come out of the fear. And once you are fit with your individual principles to stand on your legs spiritually by going into the basics of life, then automatically you can cleanse your basic chakras and you can come out of the back pain. There are thousands of cases where they are stamped for the surgery for back pain, but after going through the spiritual workouts, they are completely cured, and without surgery, they are very happy today. Similarly, even though we are seeing a tumor, but it is only a physical mass. If you understand that it is a physical mass, but it is an energy pattern. If you think that it is an energy pattern, then you will understand the knowledge part, the knowledge deficit. And once you clear it, then automatically it will flow. So this is how, based on the experiences, we are able to understand the deficit in their life in the name of the wrong alignment. And once you correct the alignment, that automatically brings them the righteous joy. So I am very happy to be guided by Brahmarshi Patriji and so many masters, Dr. Newton, and there are so many masters who has guided us in a great way, and I am cowed by them. And I started my journey, and whatever I thought in my life to work as a great doctor, I am doing it today with my all assistants. And the Spiritual Tablet Research Foundation was founded 15 years ago. And since then, tremendously with so many care centers and so many masters, I thank each and every master working with me. And here in UK, I'm very comfortable with a lot of masters. And in Manchester, we have very good community. Every week we are conducting sessions. And very short, next week onwards, we are going to conduct this live music meditation every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, because Patriji plays flute very beautiful. And we are trying to bring a lot of instrumentalists across globe. and they will come for an hour and they can give us a beautiful songs. After that, we can have some music meditation followed by a wisdom sharing. And with this, since last 2 weeks, being a part of Pyramid Meditation Foundation UK, and Ravikiran, Raj, and all the team, the backend team really worked very well. And Patri sir, especially since morning, he is very patiently listening to us, and he is giving his thought to all of us. And now, Patri madam. So thank you very much, madam. All the UK.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful message. So, though you are a doctor and you found your life purpose, and it is so motivating that you are such a brave heart and your solutions about your spiritual tablets are really we have defined and designed understanding where we can heal ourselves. And also thank you so much for giving a complete health solution.
Yeah, thank you, Raj. And here, everyone is watching that scroller here. So from the UK, as well as from India and USA, so many masters are daily, they are spending good enough time and they are training, we are conducting the daily meditation. So the people who are all watching through YouTube,
.org.uk. If you are interested to join us, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. GK. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable wisdom. Thank you, Rajshekar. And hello, Patri ma'am. So, madam, with your presence, women energies are added into our International Digital Meditation Summit UK. Thank you so much, madam, for being here. Thank you so much, madam. Friends, now I would like to give a short 20-minute talk about importance of plant-based diet. Plant-based diet is very important, and it is the only diet designed for human beings, my dear friends. Humans are naturally vegetarians, and we cooked or uncooked. No, right? You cannot eat it. Only the spices, flavors, herbs we add. Whereas we can eat a raw apple, raw vegetable, and a raw salad, raw grains, but we can't eat raw meat, my dear friends. Green leafy vegetables contain so much of prana, and also they are very easily digestible, my dear friends. Whereas animal food products are loaded with so much of saturated fats and cholesterol that are not good for health. It contains lot of uric acids, which can form stones like kidney stones and gall. Our human body is not designed to eat meat. Have you observed the humans they are so short and soft, but carnivorous animals, they have short and strong claws. So so that they can tear the flesh and eat the raw meat. And also the carnivores, they have very sharp teeth and jaws, so they can rip flesh up excessive acidic stomach juices produced in the intestine, which can break down flesh and kill the dangerous bacteria. And they also have short and small intestine, my dear friends, which they so that the food they eat, it is easily digested, and it is easily converted, and it is easily digested, my dear friends. Whereas humans contain the larger intestine, it takes more time to digest meat. It takes at least 40 to 48 hours to digest meat. So it causes the food gets rotten, meat gets rotten through a long path of our digestive tract, which creates a risk of food poisoning, and which leads to so much of cancer, which leads to so many health problems like cancer, cholesterol, BP, sugar. So meat is not at all good for human health. Today I would like to speak only on the plant research going on, and this research says that it is found that non-vegetarian of patients with heart diseases, cancer, diabetics, blood pressure, and all these decreased immunity problems are mostly seen among the meat eaters, my dear friends. So friends, I and your work efficiency. You can't leafy vegetables, as I said, they contain lot of pranic energies, life force. So when we eat, they are very easily digestible, and we feel very light, and our mind always feels fresh. And and also it boosts your immune system, my dear friends. So, and also they have lot of nutrients, phytochemicals, antioxidants, which keep the cells in our body very healthy, very strong, and in balance. And these phytochemicals, they also neutralizes toxins from our body and from the processed food and the bacteria and the virus in our body. So finally, elimination of meat from your diet saves you from many health problems, my dear friends. And vegetarian and vegan diets, they are the bestest, not only for physical health, but also for spiritual upliftment. And as I said, for spiritual because vegetarian diet also helps for spiritual upliftment. What does it mean? Because when you see in the spiritual perspective, and a spiritual perspective, for being a vegetarian, it is to avoid lowering our spiritual consciousness. So when we eat meat, we are decreasing and lowering our consciousness, my dear friends. So when have you observed, when we eat an animal, we are not only ingesting not only the body of the animal, but also the vibrations of that animal, as well as their hormones also. Think of the fear that an animal would be feeling at the end of its life, caged and mistreated. Then on the way to the slaughterhouse, how much pain it might be undergoing, my dear friends. So have you felt that when animal is caged, mistreated in the slaughterhouses, kept so many days in the slaughterhouses, how much of stress, how much of negative hormones it will be developing in its body. So when we eat, when think of the tremendous fear and panic the animal experiences as it is being killed. No animal wants its life to be ended just for the sake of us, my dear friends. Have you observed animals are so playful? If you leave the animals outside, they just want to be very playful. Just they go outside and they just play with themselves. So we should not interfere with the life of the animals, my dear friends. They are like our younger sisters and brothers. We need to take care of them. The corona is teaching us the same thing. Till all these days we have locked down and kept all the animals in the cages. Now the same we are experiencing. All the humans are locked down at their houses. So it is almost 3 months now the lockdown is happening. So see, law of karma applies for everyone. So please think of it. Please think of it. And go to the YouTube and watch the slaughterhouses videos, my dear friends, how they are treated, how they are caged, how they are beaten up. So how they're ingesting lot of stress hormones for their just see, watch the videos and you feel that compassion towards animals, and you'll stop eating meat, my dear friends. So when you eat that animal meat, as I said, when the animal is being killed, because of fear, it just releases lot of adrenaline, lot of stress hormones. So when you eat the same food, we also develop such type. We also are taking all the not only the dead body of the animal, we are also ingesting that negative hormones, stress hormones. So only we feel so much of angry. We feel so much of without reason we feel so angry because the food we eat. And there is a very great proverb that we are what we eat. So just choose always the best, lightest vegetarian food, my dear friends. And there are a lot of misconceptions going on nowadays that eating meat makes me stronger. A lot of people will argue like eat makes me stronger. But what does lamb or what does hen, what does cow eat, my dear friends? They just eat, hen just eat grains. And what does the lamb eat? It just go on fed on the grass. So if they are getting such a lot of energy just by feeding on the just by eating grains and grass, so why we can take directly, right, my dear friends? We can just directly adopt to the plant-based diet. Like we have a lot of soya protein, rajma protein, and we have a lot of protein available in the plant-based diet. So don't take the life of one being just for the sake of your taste buds. When it goes inside, everything is same, my dear friends. Whether it is a vegetarian or non-vegetarian food, when it goes inside, everything is same. But here we have to just control our taste buds. As I said, all the spices, all the masalas, herbs, they are attracting us to eat the meat. We can't eat raw meat, but we can eat the raw apple or the raw raw salad or a raw greens. And several research studies suggest that there is a link between longevity and a vegetarian diet. So when you take vegetarian diet, as you're taking positive pranic energies, your longevity will also will increases, my dear friends. So this food is these plants will take through the form of photosynthesis. The food is produced, that the plants will get developed. And so I definitely recommend vegetarian lifestyle, because as if you follow vegetarian lifestyle, you become more strong, it strengthens your immune system, and you can live like happy and healthy life for a longer time. And do you know the interesting fact that all the famous philosophers, all the famous inventors, all the great people on this planet Earth in the history, they're all vegetarians and vegans, my dear friends. And I would like to quote a few quotations from famous philosophers, like famous freedom fighters, or the philosophers, inventors, great people. I would like to quote 4 or 5 quotations from the spiritual masters. Gandhiji always says that the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. So, and he also says, to my mind, the life of the lamb is no less precious than the life of the human. See, my dear friends, all these great people, they're all promoting, they're all vegetarians and vegans, and they are promoting this wonderful plant-based diet. And Albert Einstein, he's one of the genius. So he also quoted that nothing will benefit human health and increase, sorry, so nothing will benefit from human life and increase the chance for survival of life on earth as much as the evolution of vegetarian diet. So another great philosopher, Thomas Alva Edison, he said, non-violence leads to the highest ethics, which is the goal of all evolution. So he says that until we stop harming all other living beings, we are still savages. And Charles Darwin, he also says that there is no fundamental difference between the man and the higher being and the higher animals in their mental faculties. The lower animals like man and the animals, they all feel pleasure, they all feel pain, they all feel emotions. Have you observed when the hen is going, all the chickens will follow her mom, follow her mother. So animals feel that emotions, my dear friends. They do have emotions. What you call, as humans, animals do feel emotions. So just before taking meat, from now on, just start recalling all these things, my dear friends. And Buddha also said, to become a vegetarian is to step into the stream which leads to nirvana. And now in this modern age, when we take soccer players to weightlifters, to the cricketers, to the basketball players, all the prominent racing champions and all the topmost highly paid and the topmost athletes, they're all the vegans, my dear friends. They are all saying that vegan diet has improved their performances. Like when you take tennis players like Serena and Venus Williams, they are the #1 champions in the tennis till now. They are the vegans, my dear friends. And when you take the Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton, he is also vegan. And when you take Djokovic, he is also vegan. And when it comes to Indian cricket players, Virat Kohli, he's a vegan, my dear friends. So I'm just quoting a few names, but when you go Google them, you can find lot and lot of celebrities, sports persons. They're all taking this vegetarian and vegan diet. So love all the beings, my dear friends. We must extend the love to all our to all our companions, to all our near and dear beings also. So spread love to all the life forms. To love includes not only you and your family. To love means include love all the creation, all the beings in this creation, my dear friends. Love your neighbor, as Patricia always says. The famous Jesus Christ phrase like love your I can't recall now, but love your neighbors. So the principle of love is followed and inspired by all these different religion people or different masters who promote like